Kendrick Thomas on Infuse TV with Paulie Gloves. Man, I mean, a great victory by all your fighters. Well, Raymond Kemp didn't get a victory, he got a draw, but
He'll be back.
I saw your training in all your fighters, man. They really look up to you. They really use a lot of your training during their fights, which actually has them come out on top. How does that make you feel?
Oh, I feel very good, man. I'm very proud to work with these guys. They all train really hard, man. I teach them something, they go, they work on it, man. They bring it, they got the heart, so it just makes me very proud.
That's really good, man. Now, what do you see in the future at Rise of a Warrior? It was a great show, a lot of great fights, 11 straight, which was huge. I mean, you had a big influence on it. What do you see in the future for us?
Oh, man, I tell you what, I've been in the game for 20 years, man, and from my experience, Rise of the Warrior is the best amateur show I've seen. It's better than most shows. I mean, it's an incredible show. They do a great job marketing it. They got a good fan base. They're growing, man. They're growing the fighters. They're not just mismatching fights. It's just fantastic. I mean, look at the last fight. It was just incredible, man. I mean, there's probably 3 or 4 fights that went out tonight that could have been fight tonight, so it's a very good show.
That's true. Now, Carlos Lopez, I think, was probably the fight of the night.
He was fight night.
Really
he got the fight of the night award.
Yeah,
yes.
that was great.
Oh, yeah.
And I saw your training in all of his, basically throughout the whole round. I mean, he used a lot of the hands, a lot of the techniques. You taught him how to make it feel.
Oh, it felt great, man. One of the things is styles make fights. And, we went back and studied a lot of fight on his opponent, and we knew he was going to be countering with short punches. And Carlos, he stuck to the game plan, he stayed long with his punches, and it just is great, man. And this kid, he trained so hard. He had a lot of circumstances that he had to struggle with, and he came back and he put it together, man. And he comes in there and gets this fight. I can't tell you how proud I am. I mean, just huge for him, man. And he loves it, man. Nobody loves to fight more than Carlos.
That's great, man. Kendrick Thomas on Infuse TV, Paulie Gloves. Kendrick Thomas on Infuse TV with Phil Bam Bam Daru. Actually, I mean, a lot of you guys got to remember this face if you're a huge fan of Rise of a Warrior. He was actually the main event for the first Rise of a Warrior, which is great. Now you're pro. I mean, we're going to figure out who you're going to be fighting next because everything keeps getting canceled. But what I want to talk to you about is cutting weight. I mean, he was able to cut Chad's weight and Carlos Lopez's weight with Daru Diet. Tell people about that.
Well, Daru Diet is specialized for any individual that wants to lose weight or gain weight, depending upon their goals. Basically, what I do for my fighters is I have them on a strict regimen as far as their diet goes for about 3 months. Then after about 3 months is in, they cut the weight from there about 10 pounds out. And after that, we go through a 2-day cut, which will involve a lot of water retention and also a lot of carb depletion. What I did with Carlos is actually I didn't even put him in a sauna, and he lost 13 pounds in about 5 hours. So, I like to make sure that they're doing it healthy and also getting the weight back on and feeling good for their fights.
Great. Now, we already saw Raymond Kemp's fight, which was, a draw, unfortunately. A lot of people felt it should have went his way. Solomon felt like he could have went his way. It could have went either way. But Carlos is coming up, and you actually got the chance to talk with him. What was it like preparing for this fight?
With Carlos, man, Carlos is he's self-motivated and he has a strong mind. What I like to do with Carlos is actually put him in that place to where he knows that he is ready, that he is able to win a fight, to win everything that he can and when he will. I put a lot of mental preparation into him, do a lot of psychological things, a lot of self-talk, which is actually good for the mind. It helps him cope with any distractions or anything like that. What I do is basically tell him that, put him in his mind, get him mentally tough. He's already mentally tough, but I just give him that little edge. And then, you go out there and he's going to do his thing right now. Great.
Now, yesterday we had our world premiere of Outside the Cage, which was huge. It was a great documentary, man. What did your take on it?
I liked it, man. It's always fun to watch yourself on big screen TV.
Oh, tell me about it.
But, it was good, and we had a good showing, good following, and I think we're going to win the best documentary this Sunday.
We better. Phil Daru, thanks a lot, buddy. Kendrick Thomas, Infuse TV. Kendrick Thomas on Infuse TV with my main man, Jason Gladey.
What's up, man?
Here at Rise of a Warrior 6, I'm doing great, man. What do you think about the show tonight? Carlos Lopez win, Raymond Kemp got a draw, but Chad Livingston, second round submission. What do you think about that, man? All your teammates.
And all my team did absolutely wonderful tonight, and we couldn't have wished for a better outcome. We still, felt a little bit that maybe Raymond Kemp might have edged out that his fight, but it is what it is. These guys, they left it to the judges, and in our sport, we always say with controversy, never leave it to the judges,
That is true. Now, you have a fight coming up as well. Tell us about it.
Yes, I do. It's up in Wilkes-Barre, Pennsylvania on May 12th. my sensei, Master Dean Thomas, is heading up the card as the main event, and I'm going up there with also another top-ranked fighter from Florida, Mike Burns.
Now, you always dominate every time you fight. I believe you're undefeated right now, man. You expect to do that in your next one?
I'm thinking so. My opponent has already changed on me twice. I was supposed to fight one guy, just a couple weeks ago, and everything was supposed to be good, but I just got word just a few minutes ago that it changed again. But, it might have actually changed into my favor instead this time. So, regardless of who they put in front of me, I'm prepared. Master Dean Thomas makes sure of it, and that he gives me the business to make sure I go out there, that nobody else gives me the same business that he gives me.
That is great, man. Now, what do you think about the main event tonight? I mean, it was Charles Rosa and Fernando Tovar, which was a really great fight. Fernando Tovar pretty much had him until Charles Rosa pretty much submitted him. What do you think about that?
Hats off to both them boys there, especially my main man, Fernando Tovar. He goes out there and he really puts his heart and soul into everything, and you can pretty much see that with every punch that he throws out there. Other than that, it was a hell of a fight. It was back and forth. Fernando was definitely, I think, getting the better of the stand-up. He was lighting him up with that overhand too. But Charles, he hung in there like a champ. Just like I stated earlier, man. It seemed like a Rocky movie. He weathered the storm, but he came right back in the end and actually pulled out with the victory.
That's true. Kendrick Thomas on Infuse TV with my man Jason Gladey, ATT PSL, baby. Kendrick Thomas on Infuse TV with Kenny Garner. He had Rise of a Warrior, and we also have his belt here too. So I'm probably going to interview both of them. Now you got 3 fights coming up.
Yes.
All right. I'm pretty sure. What's your take on the whole show tonight?
The show was marvelous. A lot of people got beat up. I like when people get beat up, and I get to watch because usually I be always fighting. And so I don't get to watch people get beat up. So it was pretty good. I got a couple knockouts, got a couple finishers, and all my teammates won. So
perfect, man. Now you got 3 fights coming up. How are you preparing for that?
oh man, I train so hard, man. I'm supposed to be training right now. I know Jason Kelly gonna kill me because I should have been there. You know what I mean? But it's okay. I'm gonna make it up. This will be my last week training because I'll be headed to Biloxi, Mississippi, May 4th at the IP Casino. Going against John Doodle Brown or somebody. Somebody said just beat the, but we're gonna keep it clean. But then I'll be flying out May 12th. I'll be headed to Russia, to Moscow, go beat somebody else up. Then I'll be coming back. Then I'll be going back to Russia June 21st. Then let me rephrase that. I'm going to UFC after I beat all 3 of them. So I'll see y'all in UFC very soon.
Great. You've been training at Coconut Creek. How's that been like?
Oh man, I didn't realize how good I was until I started going against people who was better than me. So they brought my level from here to. Oh, you see, you can't see it because the camera don't went. You know what I mean? It's up there somewhere. You know what I mean?
That's great.
And I keep God first, so you know what I mean. Long as I got God first, everything else just.
Kendrick Thomas on Infuse TV with Kenny Garner here at Rise of a Warrior 6. You come to all the shows, man. You're like the biggest fan, bro.
Yeah, man. I love somebody to get beat up, punched in the face. I just love that stuff.
Great. M1 heavyweight champion.
You can get it too.